those rights. Because if we don't use them, we lose those rights. So it's important as Americans that we continue to use our right to assemble and our freedom of speech. And to think that a president is so disrespectful of our rule of law that he was willing to suppress our opportunities as Americans to speak out, that's very troubling. We have a people's mic here. You're welcome to come up, get a sign. We've got a couple different ones. If you want to talk about what has happened with the indictment, the arraignment today, why you feel like the rule of law should be respected, you're welcome to come on up. We're a grassroots group. As I said, we've been here 3 times for every indictment and will continue to show up to hold our leaders accountable. I firmly believe that if we don't speak out for the rule of law and continue to advocate for democracy, that we'll lose these opportunities. Yes. Yeah. What kind of chant? No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law. No one is above the law. No one is above the law. No one is above the law. No one is above the law. No one is above the law. No one is above the law. Thank you. What do we want? Justice.
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now. Yay.
One thing I will tell all of you too, a little side story is, my family came from Florida. And I can tell you down there, we're under authoritarian fascist attack.
Oh, yeah.
We had to, many times, we used our freedom of speech and our right to assemble to hold our leaders accountable, and will continue to do so. And the reason why today is so poignant, I was thinking about this earlier, I can't imagine, even though I did not agree with DeSantis winning the governorship, I cannot imagine that whoever was up against him would conspire to have him thrown out of office, was willing to overlook an insurrection in Tallahassee, was willing to weaponize the state police force. I can't imagine that. I mean, I may not agree with DeSantis, but I would certainly respect the rule of law and our system and our elections that he won. So it's just very troubling. We all saw what happened on January 6th, the destruction and all of that. We have to remember, justice is slow, but today it moves forward a little bit. Oh my goodness, thank you. Come on over. This is about you. Come on over. We're here for them. This is why we are doing this. Thank you, folks. We've got signs. You want to come over and speak out for the people's mic? We're a grassroots group, People Power United. We're out here speaking out about the arraignment, holding our leaders accountable, reminding folks nobody's above the law. No one. Hi. So I remind people this one here is my daughter. And just like as a mom, it's my obligation to feed, clothe, shelter, educate, and love my child. I also have a responsibility as an American mom, and that is to fight for her freedoms, her rights. And that's why we're here. Because we know that nobody is above the law. And here in America, we have to continue to champion that. We have to fight for our rights and freedoms. We have to speak out at the injustices. No, okay. All right. If we have any Spanish media here, we do have people available in Spanish. Just letting you know. Lock him up.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great. 41 years.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that point. And the other thing I want to remind people, did a virtual rally today, and just to take note. Again, this is 74 federal crimes that Donald Trump, our former president, has been indicted on. The reality is, it will be years. These cases could take years to go through the court system. There will be numerous challenges. And there is a pathway, and should be, quite frankly, a way of removing him from the ballot. Under our Constitution, thank you for asking that. Under our Constitution, Section 3, Article 14, says that anybody that participated or gave aid in an insurrection who swore an allegiance, as he did for president, is not allowed to become on any ballot. Now, it has happened in history, and there's a lot of misinformation out there that you have to be convicted of insurrection to be removed under 14.3. That's not true. Look at who has been removed. Also, recently, there was somebody from January 6th in Arizona who was removed from the ballot. There's also a lot of misinformation out there that it has to be Congress that removes them. That's not true. There have been judges, there have been different people that have removed them. It can be your Secretary of State, it could be judges. He can be removed and should be removed. It would be fraudulent, quite frankly, under our Constitution to allow him a place on the ballot. Again, that would be fraudulent to allow him a place on the ballot. Now, people ask, well, why isn't he being automatically removed? And I remind them of political will. There's a lot of things that didn't happen in this nation until people really pushed and got loud. A lot of Secretary of States don't want to get uncomfortable until they're made to move. So there will be challenges, but we as activists have to be loud and make sure that we hold people accountable. Call your Secretary of States, contact your lawmakers, and have them speak out on this. Again, it would be fraud on the American people, fraud on the United States of America to allow him a place on the ballot. Under 14.3 of our Constitution, he's not allowed.
It's technically a criminal.
Technically, yes. Yeah. And you don't have to be, so again, you don't have to be charged, you don't have to be convicted.
Non-technically as well, you're right. Thank you.
So you're not required. A lot of misinformation flying out around. Again, he doesn't have to be charged, does not have to be convicted, and he can be removed from ballot, and he should be. And it's our responsibility as citizens to continue to contact our lawmakers at all levels, including your Secretary of State, and make sure that they understand that if they allow him on the ballot and do nothing, don't speak out, don't push in courts, they are enabling fraud on this nation, and that is unacceptable. We have People's Mic if anybody wants to speak out about the recent arraignment, indictment of our former President of the United States being charged with conspiracy to take away votes from the American people, obstruct official proceedings. Folks, you're welcome to step up
Actually wants to
and
fix
speak
the
what's
next
on your mind.
to work in his favor.
Can we do another chant?
Yeah. What you got?
Let's say that so everyone thinks of justice, right? They think of justice for the poor people who are convicted as innocent. But justice also means that the people who are guilty should be convicted as well. So let's do a chant. Justice is for everyone. That means justice is for all. That means everyone. 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 Justice is for all. That means everyone.
Justice.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can I get everybody to come together? Can we get a photo? We're a little scattered here, and I do want to show there was more than 3 people here. So if you can all come over, I don't bite.
We're all invited?
Yes, come. The more the